Okay, 5.2, the light's not on it.
Really?
It's not.
It says record on here.
5.2 rates. Okay, if we went 200 miles in 4 hours. A rate is where you're doing this per this, miles per hour for one of these, okay? So how many miles per hour is this? We're doing 200 miles in 4 hours. You can write it as MPH or miles per hour like this. That means you're going to have 1 hour. So that means you're going to divide this into the 200. And this comes out to 50 miles per hour. For every 1 hour, you're doing 50. Okay, these you can write one number because you're going to be dividing into the top number. Okay, 5.1, you tend to put both, the whole ratio. This one, you're just putting a rate, and you have to put what the rate is. If we went 250 kilometers in 5 hours, what the rate is going to be kilometers per hour. Okay, so you could write it kilometers per hour. I don't think there's a K. Maybe there's a kph too. I don't know. This is how you usually see kilometers per hour. So we'd have 250 kilometers in 5 hours. 250 divided by 5. That was also 50. But it's not miles per hour, it's kilometers per hour. Okay? Let's say we're buying something and it costed us $20 for 5 books. It's definitely not school books, huh? Not your school books you have to have for this class. Okay, so how much did it cost for each book? The cost per book. $20 for 5 books. 20 divided by 5 is 4. That would be $4 per book. Or you could write it with the word per, $4 per book. Okay? Either way. You could write it over per book like that or with the word per. How about if you had mileage and you went 300 miles. You had a full tank, you went 300 miles, and you filled it up with how many gallons? Let's say 10 gallons of gas. So what is your mileage, or your miles per gallon, not your mileage? What's your gas mileage? You're going to put 300 miles with 10 gallons. Divide this out, and you got 30 miles per gallon. This is another one that has a little thing you can write. You can put MPG for miles per gallon. So you could write it either way. What are you doing on your Adobe text? Okay. Okay, if you're doing to find out a cost per unit, let's say we want to find out what's the best buy. You have two or three things that you're looking at, and you want to know what the best buy is because you're really low on money right now and you're just trying to get the best buy. Let's say we have something that's marked at $1.28 and this jar is 12 ounces. Okay, maybe there's a smaller one that's 6 ounces and it's marked 72 cents. Okay, you want to figure out which one is the better buy. Okay, how much does it cost per ounce for each one of them? You're finding out the cost per ounce. For best buy, you'll always have the dollars first or on top, okay? You're going to have the cost per ounce on that one. Let's say this is brand A and this is brand B. Brand B would be the cost, 72 cents for 6 ounces. Okay? Now actually divide this. $1.28 divided by 12. 0.10, repeating 6. So it's a little over 10 cents, almost 11 cents. We're leaving that on there in case the other one's 104 or something like that. Let's divide this one, 0.72 divided by 6. This one costed exactly 12 cents. So which one is a better buy? The lowest priced one, right? Brand A is a better buy. Right. So when you do best buy, you'll have to do cost divided by the ounces or cost divided by pounds, whatever it's in. Okay?
I have a question.
Yes.
For the first part on here, it doesn't show dividing, like it had 9 miles over 2 hours. And then just like put it in lowest terms on the first part.
On the first part?
Yeah.
Page what?
341.
341? Oh, 5.1.
That's 5.2.
No, 5.2 is 345. Page 345 is 5.2. 5.1 is just what, the ratio, where you just put it over the other
I'm
one.
talking about the rate where it says
What page again?
341.
Oh, at the beginning of the chapter. I thought you meant the problems that we were doing. Okay. 341.
It just says rates in lowest terms. It didn't say to divide. So the
Okay, let's
first-
put this page up here.
The first part of 5.2, that's what I did. And then
5.2, if you had 18 miles for 4 hours, in lowest terms means you have to divide it. You have to reduce it. See how it was 18 over 4? You had to reduce it to 9 over 2.
how come they don't divide the 18 by 4 and then put the miles per
Because
hour?
they don't want a decimal, maybe? Maybe they want whole numbers, they just want the fraction reduced. Okay, so, yeah, like when we first did it, I told you to always divide the top divided by bottom, but if it doesn't come out
First part-
equal,
On the first part of 5.2, it says.
Just
write
reduce.
each rate as fraction motion.
right.
So we do it that way?
So the first part, just reduce the fraction, don't make it over 1 if it doesn't come out equal. Like 10 cups for 6 people, that doesn't come out exactly equal, does it? So put 10 over 6, I'm sorry, that's thinking cups. Reduce that, you would have 5 over 3, so that would be 5 cups for every 3 people.
That's what I did.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. It won't come out. If it says unit rate, like starting with number 7, 8, 9, that one you have to do top divided by bottom. So number 2, 4, and 6 on your homework, you'll probably have something over something, huh? Like 15 feet in 35 seconds, you'll have 15 feet over 35 seconds. You're gonna divide by 5, right?
So don't turn into a mixed number.
That would be 3 feet, don't turn it into a mixed number. And that doesn't come out to a whole number, so just do 3 feet in 7 seconds, yeah.
So like on number 4.
Yeah,
it's
2,
gonna
4,
be-
and 6 will still be a
It's gonna be
fraction.
miles and hours, not miles per hour.
It probably won't be miles per hour. Yeah, thank you. This would be so many dollars for so many pence. Just divide by 6 and reduce it, yeah. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, that's how we do it, yeah.
Yeah. Anything, any other questions? No? Let me look at the last part of it. I have a question.
On the telephone part, I didn't get that at all.
Yeah.
The last part.
What about this down here? Did that take forever to figure it out? There's 2 grams of facial tissue, brand K, especially priced, where you have 3 boxes, it's 175 tissues for $5. Brand S is $1.29 for 125 tissues. Didn't that take forever to do it?
Just minus the coupon and then divided it.
You have a coupon for 20 cents off of brand S and a coupon of 45 cents off only 1 box of brand K. Yeah, you have to subtract the coupon. What you do, like, you have $5 for 3 of them, right? It says, how can you get the best buy on 1 box? So this was 3 boxes for $5. If you do $5 for 3 boxes, how much is it for 1 box? $5 for 3 boxes, if you divide that, you get $1.67 for 1 box. And this is the brand K. $5 for 3 is $1.67. You need to subtract the coupon of 45 cents. And you have $1.22 for 1 box of brand K. Right? And then the other one, that was just for 1 box, $1.29,
That's $1.09.
and take the 20-cent coupon off, it's $1.09 for 1
And
box.
then do you divide that by the number of tissues? The
Yeah.
125?
Yeah, the best buy would be per tissue, not per box. So,
So it's still the brand X, that's the other guy?
I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. The brand K, you did $5 for 3 boxes is $1.67. Subtract the 45-cent coupon is $1.22 for a box. Brand S, you have $1.29 minus the $20 coupon is $1.09. Brand K had how many tissues? This for 175 tissues. Brand S, this is the price for 125 tissues. You're gonna have to divide that to see how much per tissue, and I'm gonna let you do that on your
I
own.
did the first one, but on brand K, I messed up because I didn't see it said 3 boxes. So
Oh,
I did
okay.
just 1.
So figure out how much per tissue, and you'll know which one's a better buy. Okay? Now, how about when you're doing the phone thing? That took a while.
Yeah.
Okay, the phone. you have all these termination fees and stuff, right? On number 38, it says, all the plans allow unlimited calls on nights and weekends. So no problem. So, let me see. You'd be using the anytime minutes on weekends. You need to figure out the average number of weekdays per month. Yeah, and then for each plan, how many minutes could you use per weekday? Round to the nearest whole minute. Okay, you have 52 weeks in a year. Okay, 52 weeks in a year. Weekdays in a year, weekdays in a week is 5, right? You have 5 weekdays every week. So you have 52 weeks times 5 is 260 weekdays. For every year, you have 260 weekdays. And then divide that by 12 months to see how many weekdays there are in a month. So that would be your average number of weekdays in a month. You have to do 260 for the whole year divided by 12. That repeats, 21.6 repeating. So about 21.7 weekdays in a month. Round it to 0.7. Okay. Then for each plan, how many minutes could you use? How are you going to do that?
Do we do the 21.7 times the number of minutes? Or divided?
Per weekday. Something's got to be divided when it says per.
So the minutes divided by the,
Yeah. If you had 200 minutes and you used them in 5 days, you would say, let's see how we're going to figure out how many we can use every day. You'd say, okay, I have 200, let's divide it by 5, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to see how many minutes, how many anytime minutes you have, and you're going to divide that by how many weekdays there are in a month. So you're going to take that number, your anytime minutes, and divide it by how many weekdays you have in a month. You're going to have 4 numbers. You're going to have it for each plan. One for Verizon, one for T-Mobile, one for Nextel, one for Sprint. When you divide it, it says to round it to the nearest whole minute. So after you divide it by 21.7, then after that, then you can round it. Okay? Go to one number after the decimal and then round it. Okay? And then number 40. Suppose that after 2 months, you canceled your service because you found that you only had 100, that you only used, not you only had. You're only using 100 anytime minutes. So you didn't use all of the minutes that you needed. Under these conditions, find the actual cost per anytime minute for every company. Okay, so what you have to figure out for every single company, okay, for Verizon, what did it cost you? How many months did it say? After 2 months. So you had it for 2 months. After 2 months, you canceled it. So you had the one-time activation fee, so you only had one of these, plus you had 2 of your monthly charges, and then you terminated early. It was only 2 months. Plus you have the termination fee. So for every plan, you have to put how much it would have costed for 2 months. The activation, 2 months of service, and the early termination. That's going to be your total cost. And then it told you to find out the cost per minute, right? It says, under those conditions, find the actual cost per anytime minute for each company. Every time you're gonna put 100 minutes, not how much they allow. Because you only used 100 minutes. You didn't use how much they allowed. You used 100 minutes. So every time you find the cost, you're gonna divide it by 100. And then it says to do it to the nearest cent. Okay? So you're gonna have 4 answers on that one too. Because you're gonna do that for every plan. Okay? And that's about everything. I hope that covers everything. Go ahead and turn it off. And we hope it took.